Exactly. Good. So the first step of the recruiting process is an ad being dropped online. Just so everybody knows, as managers, Chad, can you talk a little bit about the ad dropping site that we have right now?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Some of you guys have already experienced a little bit of this, and some of you haven't. Approximately 60 days ago, I started working with a new company out of California that's been helping me. A lot of the candidates we're getting are not from Craigslist any longer. They've been from Monster, Career Builder, places like that. And you know what I'm saying? Indeed, yeah, there's been a lot of things happening all over. One second. With that being said, I'll give you an example. An ad on Monster runs about $400. Tip, I don't know if you guys know that, okay? So I've worked out bulk pricing and combined ads into categories with different companies out there. So with that being said, you're going to get a mix all the way from Craigslist at the bottom of the base all the way to like the Career Builder type at the top of the list, okay? And everything in the middle. Everything in the middle. So with that being said, no, there's no Craigslist ads dropping. There's no Monster dropping. There's Career Builder for you, okay? When I do what's called turn on an area, is what it's called, I turn on the area. When I turn on the area, all my leads for those go into a special email called leads at TT Trading NJ, okay? My assistant, Nikki Roberts, then takes those leads and she distributes them where I tell her to. Whether a recruiter's working on that area, whether a district manager needs to work on that area, whether a PDM needs to work on the area, so on and so forth. In addition, we have launched our job recruiting site also. Some of you guys may have started seeing some of those leads filter through. So as a company, we've taken this to the next level. But for you guys, when you start working with ads, that's where Mr. Coffee is going to help you start placing the ads. Because it even comes down to, if you wanted to request a 8x10 type ad piece of paper to hang up at an acting studio, you know what I'm saying, or something like that, you can literally make a phone call to me and I would have it emailed to you with your name and address. Because we happen to own a company that does all the sign, design, and printing. Imagine that, you know? We can get those things done on the snap of a dime. So the possibilities are endless. It's just about finding the other places that are not the norm that people are to put these ads.
Yeah. So just so everybody knows what's going to be going on in terms of how ads are dropped, if it is time for you that you feel that it's time to drop an ad in your market, you're going to be sending me an email. I want everybody writing this down if you're a manager. You'll be sending me an email if it's time to drop an ad. And in that email, you are going to tell me one of two things. You're going to tell me use your own ad, or you are going to give me the ad that you would like to have dropped that finds the right person for you. Now, of course, I'm going to edit it and give final approval, you know. Of course, I have to, so we look good and we're representing our company in the right way. But you have the ability to write your own ad now, or you can have me pop up one of our general ads. I'm going to tell you more often than not, writing your own personal ads are going to be what works for you the best, because it's going to find somebody for you. Just a little bit about writing ads. That's really going to be our first exercise of the day. What goes into an ad? The first thing that somebody should look at when they go onto the advertisement is a short little introduction to the position. And by short introduction, I mean 1 or 2 sentences at most. A short introduction to the company. And just as important as introducing somebody to the company is introducing them to the company's culture. Does everybody here have fun at their job and like their bosses? That's a part of the culture of this company. And then next what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to do a bullet point of all of the job requirements. So that's going to be the necessary information. Have a car, have a driver's license, all that sort of necessary information stuff that you want to make sure they have before we can even throw them into an interview. And also what should be reflected in these job requirements is what you as a manager are looking for. where you want them to have experience. If you need somebody with a little more customer service talent, if you got a bunch of Peter Rockeforts who tend to get customers angry, and you need some more customer
That's not true.
service,
Take it back.
I take it back.
That's not true.
I take it back. That was the old Peter Rockefort saying. He's cleaned up. He's cleaned up
my
real
act.
good. And that's why he's promoted.
I went straight in.
So who and what are you looking for also as a part of the bullet points of the job requirements? Also, a brief idea of an understanding of what success looks like. A little bit of what the tools are that they should be bringing to the company that would make them successful. Whether they're individually motivated, those sort of things.
Do you have a general ad that you can send us or show us just to make a basis off of?
Yep. Yes, indeed. And y'all will be writing some in just a couple minutes, too. And next up, at any given point, this can be towards the beginning, towards the end, or it can be part of the subject line itself on your ad. A little bit of a hook line or tipping point that makes you different from every other ad you see on Craigslist or on a career builder. Something that makes us unique. And then lastly, a clear way to contact. And that's going to be leads@tttradingnj.com. Everybody mark that down. Leads at
Yeah, it'll actually, they don't need to mark it down
Oh,
because my people
they'll just
already
reply?
have it all built in.
Okay, beautiful.
Everything's built
Thank
into
you.
my people.
Good stuff.
However, if a market does get to the point where you're not getting the amount of responses, we will switch to a telephone number and you will be required to answer your phone or return calls so that way you can screen things a little bit more heavy. Because some folks don't want to send things in, they'd rather just talk to someone on the phone.
Yeah.